Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio. Here's one from my mom. Hey, how you doing? Crazy, you want to come? I used that in a grocery shopping line. And the lady goes, no. So how you doing?
What did I just miss? I know I'm on a different time zone still. What do you mean? What is that? Start from the beginning.
Someone would say to my mom, hey, how you doing? And she would say, crazy, you want to come? So I was going to say that to you, but I inserted the Paula Andrews's. So how you doing?
Your mother would say that?
Crazy, want to come?
Shut your mouth.
Yeah, well, now I don't even know if you can say that. It's like,
I'll tell you what I was going to say. My father used to say to me, are you crying? Do you want me to give you something to really cry about? And now you definitely can't say that anymore. Because I was the kid in my family as the youngest. I would always cry. I hated the idea of disappointing my parents. So even like the smallest chance that I was in trouble, I would just start crying. And my parents would be like, we haven't even said anything yet. And I'm like, I know, but I think I'm in trouble. And I was like, not even in trouble. They're just like, hey, put your shoes on. But I would cry.
Tie your shoes.
Knock it off. My sister would laugh and my brother wouldn't do anything. But anywho, welcome to the Calm Down podcast. This was a continuation of last week's episode because we're not recording on the normal day that we do because I will be with you at this time. So we'll look forward to a recap of that trip.
In the exact seat where Knock It Off happened. Knock it off. Exact seat.
We're going round 2. I'm going to visit Erin.
Though. We'll get to that after the break.
In Montana.
So we were discussing on your trip in our last episode, the coffee situation in Italy. Coffee's great. It's just after you were there for 9-10 days?
Yeah.
You need a Dunkin' Donuts. You need something. Talk to us. Fill us in.
I'm going to tell you. Okay. Well, the coffee situation, and anyone that knows me knows that I am a avid coffee drinker, which I should probably slow down. I probably average about 3 a day. Here's where I'm getting better. Will order the venti, then only drink half of it. It's very wasteful. I'm trying to be better about it. But was jonesing, are we still saying that? Jonesing for an iced coffee? It's not a thing over there. There's no iced coffee. Yeah, something like that. And then, so I missed that. But I'll tell you what there was no shortage of. This gal, and you know me, I try to pick my calories here and there because I have a shitty metabolism. And I have been very open about that. Like, I really try to watch what I eat because I just cannot afford to do it. Especially like we're getting older. Like our metabolism slowed down. I'm not someone that's ever been able to just eat whatever I want to.
In Italy, you should eat. And I haven't asked. Did you eat?
I ate everything and anything. So much so that I am now starting a 5-day cleanse because then I'm going to see you on day 5. Not just for the alcohol portion of it, but the gluttony. Like I ate pasta morning, noon, and night. I ate everything that was in sight and I didn't feel bad about any of it. It was one of those
different there, right? It's different. You don't feel as shitty as you do here.
That's true. You don't feel as shitty, but with the copious amounts that I ate, like it's still, I came home and I was like, it was one of those things where it's like bathing suit date 1. You're like, ooh, take a picture of me. It looks so cute. Day 7, I'm like, don't you fucking dare take a picture of me in this bathing suit. I'm like, oh my God, there is no way. He's like, oh, I love the background. You look great. I'm like, no, let's go back to day 1.
Filter.
Yeah, exactly. Like, no, there's nothing cute. How about when guys are like, oh, I think you look cute. I'm like, I'll tell you if I look cute.
Yeah,
okay?
give me that.
Give me that. And then this is me too. I'm like, give me that. Delete that off your phone because what I don't need you doing is scrolling back in a couple weeks and being like, oh, maybe you're not as cute as I thought.
No, your
on
pictures
the coast
looked
of Italy.
amazing. Stop it. Favorite meal you had there?
Ooh, in Ravello. I mentioned Ravello before because it was one of the adorable towns that we went to, and it's up in the hills off the Italian coastline. And again, for anyone that's listening that is from Italy, I'm sorry if I'm geographically not explaining this well, but it is this tiny little town. The hotel that we stayed in had been there since 1140. That's not the time we checked in, which again, check-in's not till 3. So
3.
Don't get excited.
I hate that too.
Oh, it's fine. Fine. I'll have an Aperol Spritz. 1140. Okay. The year. What were we doing then? On the sidelines still. So I love that town, but the meal was a pizza and it had prosciutto on it and cheese and all the things, and then a like a risotto, but it was delicious. So
I feel like everybody's in Italy right now. Rich Eisen, I was going to say, did you see him there? Heather McMahon, did you see anybody we knew or you knew? And how many Americans were there? I'm sure it was like the Magic Kingdom in Italy.
It was. There was a lot of Americans there at some point. Like I kept asking all the locals, I was like, do you hate us? Do you hate us? And they're like, no. And they were so appreciative and that because since COVID opening back up, like being, tourism and everything like that. But I didn't actually run into anyone that I knew. I just had the fun encounters with people that listened to the Calm Down podcast, which made me feel real special. But no, I didn't. Oh, I know that Sarah Foster was there in Venice when I was there at the same time. And like a crazy person, I almost messaged her, but then I was like, we're leaving anyway. So it was awesome. It was a trip I've wanted to go on forever, ever, ever. And I just loved it. And I think I might be moving to Venice for 4 months out of the year because give me a water taxi any day of the year. I was like, Sophia
I know, but the
Loren,
water situation there is really bad, right? Isn't it continuing to rise?
Yeah, I mean, they'll say that the city will eventually be underwater, which isn't happening anytime soon, especially for the 4 months that I want to live there. But you know what? They're the first city, though, in Italy that's going to charge a tourism fee that just came out, that they're going to charge people to come in because they want to clear a little bit of the old waterways for the paying customers. But yeah, it was awesome. You've been there. You get it.
I love it. Okay, so you talked about your shitty metabolism. We talk about bathroom issues all the time. My problem with going to Italy or Europe is it takes me a while to use the restroom. And I'm always frustrated because I'm putting in a ton of food and you're in a bathing suit and you're like, when is this coming out? Like this is insane.
Yeah.
I'm a day 3 girl in Italy and in Europe. And it always happens at lunch when we're all at this great restaurant. And it's just like everybody, by the time I sit down, they're like, success. And I'm like, 2 thumbs up. How'd it go for you?
Oh, I'm
it's
a day
hard.
one. I'm a day one. I got no problem.
Good girl.
You know why? I'll drink a bunch of water and then avoid the whole like dehydration situation. Yeah, I'm a day one.
I just get stage fright. I can't do it. You
Really?
and Jared, you're just, regular. I can't.
Oh, yeah.
Day 3, I'm good.
I've had issues, as we know, and I've talked about this on the podcast with that guy from Mesa Community College that never wants to talk to me again. Oh my God. For those of you that don't know, I had issues with going to the bathroom because I was trying to be 4 pounds and hadn't had a carbohydrate in, 6 years. But yeah, no, I am regularly scheduled programming. And I'm
the other thing.
So happy about it.
Good for you.
It's just the pasta that was causing the bloating.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Stop.
There was a girl. This is, well, I should know that all roads lead back to bathroom discussions with us.
Oh, yeah.
But there was a girl, I got to pull up the story and I'll put it on our IG page. She had a cyst on an ovary that made that grew.
Yes.
Did you saw that too? She looked like she was 9 months pregnant and she just thought like she wasn't going to the bathroom. She thought like all these things. It like hurt when she had sex, like all this stuff. She had a cyst that was like a 10-pound cyst.
Yes.
And anytime I feel bloated, I'm like, I don't know. I mean, now should I get checked? I mean, I need to get checked for everything anyways.
How is that missed in an exam?
I don't know.
Are we not going to the doctor?
Well, when I was reading the article, the doctor kept being like, oh no, like I feel like it was negligence on behalf of them because it kept telling her like, no, it's fine. No, it's fine. No, it's fine. But anyways, I mean, that we just took a left turn on Rovella Avenue here. But that story, I was like, holy shit. And I don't know if you guys, any of the listeners have had an issue with that. But again, and you're such an advocate of screening and everything, given what you unfortunately had to deal with. But I just was like, holy shit. There was a picture where she legit looked 9 months pregnant.
Yeah. This is a horrible segue. But I'm going down my list here of what to talk to you about with Italy. 2 things. 8 cities in 9 days. That's crazy. How exhausted are you?
No, I actually feel great because how we did it is that the reason we were able to do so many is because instead of taking a car and going to like the next city, we took a boat. So then when we went along the coastline, like we could hop in and go to another city, like Amalfi, for example, like was able to go there because we went just along the coastline. So I was all about packing in as much as I possibly could, knowing that I don't know when I'm going to get back there again. And it took me so long to get there in the first place. But the only thing about that is the pack and the repack.
Yeah,
situation.
Take me through it because you can never fully unpack. Jarrett Stoll would get like the shakes.
I left my toothbrush, the Sonicare one. Yeah, you're bound to leave shit along the way.
Sonicare?
Not the Sonicare. I had
That's a bad thing to leave.
I know.
Shit.
I know. And then I had one hotel call me and be like, "You left a lot of stuff in the closet." And I was like, "Fuck," because there was no iron. I don't know what the iron situation is here.
Yes,
everything I owned was wrinkled because I tried to be cute and bring stuff that like linen and whatnot. So I had it pressed, which of course ended up on the bill being like $7 million. Fine, worth it. But I left it all in the closet. Great. They were so sweet though. They ended up sending it to me.
Shit.
And no one cares about this. But anyways, yeah. I was.
Yeah, it's like everyday life. That's not a place you want to leave a bunch of clothes. All right, next thing, hair extensions.
Wait, hold on.
Hold
on. Speaking of the clothes, when we went to check in, anyone have this situation where you know that the bag's overweight, so we got to take shit out, we got to move it around. Yeah. There was this poor girl in front of me. The suitcase was way over the limit, right? And so she was from America. She was like, struggling with the language barrier situation. She was pissed. She's throwing shit out of the suitcase. The friend's like, "I can help you. Let me take some of it." She's throwing shit in the garbage can because she didn't want to pay for the overage thing. You could tell she's sweating. She's putting on all the sweatshirts. And I was just like laughing. I was like, ooh, that's a tough one. I found the trick though. Don't pack one big suitcase because then it's bound to be over. Do 2 small suitcases and then you can go up to the maximum weight twice.
Ooh.
Yeah, because homeboy brought 1 big suitcase and there were some overage fees. Your gal, 2 small ones. Pack them in. Now you're really getting 100 pounds when the limit's 50 on each. You know what I mean?
I hear you. Anyways. Can I talk about the weight on your head meeting your hair extensions for all of you out there who don't know what it's like to wear them? Your head does get a little heavier. I get hot when I have all my hair in. I am blown away that yours didn't turn pink. When I went to Italy a couple years ago, because of the sunscreen and the salt, my extensions turned pink. You good?
Well, I'll tell you why. I just got them redone this morning.
Were they pink?
They were hanging on and shouted. First of all, Charissa, don't say shout out ever. To Bo, who's amazing and does my hair. This morning, I was like, dude, because I have to fly to do that interview with Fitz on Wednesday. And I was like, I can't be ghetto hanging on by a strand here. Not the strand. I'm not there. You are. But the hair situation was something. Well, it's my summer hair, you know?
Right. But did they turn pink?
No, they just turned dreadlocky. I mean, there was a lot of pullback and a slicked pony situation. And like I remember one night I was like, I'm going to be really cute and dry my hair. Sweating. Then, sparks were flying. And I don't mean romantically, but that was there too. I mean, from the adapter that was a curling iron thing that he used was the wattage was apparently way more than the Italian outlet could handle.
Stallion.
Can you imagine if I would have put that damn thing on my head? Because I was like, oh, this smelled like burnt hair. And it was before I touched my actual head.
Because Steve would have been cutting your extensions out of your head.
I would have had no hair. It would have just torched off, but whatever. Yeah, no, they actually did. They did pretty well. I mean, granted, these ones are new, but the other ones needed to go.
Yeah, after a good European trip, your extensions need a good, like you're in, you're out. Talking about the wattage, we always, because we're annoying, like to bring a personal little travel steamer with us to Italy because, there's a lot of linen. This crew likes to be pressed and ready to go. The more wattage, it always explodes. It's like, the water is in the air. It's burning hot. You walk out to dinner and you've got a huge wet mark on your chest. It's a mess. So, yeah. And that wattage is a real interesting situation.
How about the borrowing the old adapter? Oh, I forgot my adapter. Can I borrow it? 7 adapters in. They're like, lady, you want to return one of those? Again, it goes back to I'm not prepared because I should have just brought my own. That's not good. But
you're not a breakfast person. You're not a breakfast person. And Ryan, our producer, and I, we did discuss this. The coffee, yes, but you're not getting a plate of eggs anywhere.
Oh,
it's
no,
cheese and a pastry.
Yeah. What would you have for breakfast? I just skipped the breakfast portion of the program, or I would have pasta. I'd go right to it. I'd go right. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'd wait for lunch. Like I'd just wait for when they start serving lunch, which was usually like around 11 o'clock.
Yeah, you're good like that. I can't do that.
Why? You needed straight up in the morning? Straight up now tell me?
To trigger the old system. Let's go here. Got to shock it. Shock it and go.
Literally. That was good.
That's so exciting. I'm so glad you guys went. Your pictures were unbelievable. You guys look so cute.
Oh, thanks. We loved a theme.
I love it.
It was one thing to celebrate 4th of July in another country too. We took full liberties.
And everybody hates America right now. So that must have been great.
Yeah. So we had matching outfits most of the evenings because I love a theme. It's just easier to get for me. I get more excited to get ready instead of like being like, just wearing like a random dress. Like I'm like, what's our theme? What are we doing here? We wore matching shirts one day. I had the tank version. He had the long sleeve. Oh yeah,
so
don't
cute.
tempt me with
the cherries. Oh yeah. So while you're doing that and you're living your best life and having all these amazing pastas and gorgeous glasses of wine, I was here in Montana just, meeting the people and socializing at barbecues. And I may or may not have met my spirit animal. She's not an animal. She's an angel. Her name is Paige. What does Paige do? She's PR for Raising Cane's. What does Paige do?
This is a big deal for Erin.
She handles the old truck that goes around to parties for Raising Cane's. Immediately, I said to Jarrett, when do we need this truck at our house?
When's the coleslaw being served? For those that don't know what Raising Cane's is, not to be confused with the movie, tell people what it is. Because I didn't know about it until our trip home from Mexico. And you were like, emphatic about going because the one opened by your house.
That Texas toast now. Don't sleep on it. Raising Cane's was established in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I know it well because of the SEC. It is the best chicken tenders you've ever had in your entire life. You can get the Texas toast. The crinkle fries are insane. This is not an ad, and I obviously have told Paige I would love it to be. You can get coleslaw, which Jarrett loves. It's just great. It's freaking delicious. I died for it. And they just opened one by our place in Los Angeles. And I know that there is a truck, like a food truck that, the celebs have to parties. And Paige says there's one truck in LA and she would get it for me if I could. And I was like, Paige, I may die. Paige, big Kelly Stafford fan, by the way.
Paging Erin Andrews and a food truck, line one. Yeah, this is exciting.
So, it was a big night. You guys were texting me from Italy and I was just laying the groundwork with Raising Cane's. So that's all I can tell you.
Well, you never know who you're going to meet. Around any corner could be a podcast listener, the Calm Down podcast listener, or a Raising Cane's PR gal. You never know where life is going to take you. I'm going to tell you where life's going to take me. Jail very soon because
what's happening? Oh my God,
upset.
Yes.
I got a bone to pick, and I don't mean a chicken tender bone because there's no bones in those. There is this woman that is next door, and she's part of a development, whatever. And when I bought my house, it was a new build. I didn't decide where the fence went. That was the job.
Build it.
Exactly. Well, if you build this house, she will come. Apparently, is what's going on here because she's coming after me. 12 inches of this fence line. For those of you at home, 12 inches, a ruler. Okay. That's how much we're talking about. Just a smidge of a space. She's now saying she's going to tear down the fence. She's doing this. She's doing that. She had this. She got my number, sent me a message that was so sassy. I literally had to say, do not contact me again. Because her tone was so aggressive. And I was like, is this what we're doing now?
What's the issue? What does she want?
She wants to move the fence 12 inches. And I was like, yo.
I thought it was just 12 inches.
12 inches is just, it is. It's still 12 inches, 1 foot.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
sorry. I thought you said 12 feet. What am I doing?
I'm like, do not take that tone with me. I didn't build this house. And so I'm in a whole uproar about the thing. And now she's saying that it's going down on July 25th. Well, fine. You want the dogs to come over on your side? That's not going to be good for you. So I am now in a whole battle. If anyone knows this domain rule, and again, I know you said take it up with the county, but
Keith Gregory, avid listener of ours, Keith Gregory has said, I would call him, I would text him. He thinks you need to get some help with this.
I know.
He's very concerned.
Consulted the real estate lawyer that I had working on some other things. And he was like, you have to get proof from the previous neighbor that the fence was to stay there. And I was like, I don't know where that person went. Anyways, it's a whole war of words. And every time I leave my house, I'm looking around, seeing if she's over there. Just I spy. Oh, my bedroom window. It's like this long window and it looks out onto the house. The other day I opened the shades. her and her husband standing on the top of the deck there, looking in. I got issues.
So what's your problem with this whole thing? What would make you happy?
I don't want to incur the cost of right.
Exactly.
But she's saying that I need to incur the cost because it's on my side. I don't know. There's a whole. Did you ever watch? What was the show? Wilson was the neighbor, and help me out here, Ryan. You know everything. Tool time.
Tim.
Yeah.
What was it called though? Home Improvement.
Home Improvement. Thank you. And you know Wilson, and you just saw the neighbor with his eyes.
Yes.
I wish that this person was Wilson and a little bit nicer, and I'd be happy to oblige. I'm fine. You want to? Let's find a compromise. So anyway, I came home to dealing with that, and then you're right back into it. But anyways, such is life. First world problems.
Pam Anderson?
Well, where's Paige? I'm not into any drama. Okay, last year has been a hell of a year with a myriad of issues. So I'm just into peace, love, and happiness. And lady, with the fence, we can, you know what? Let's build a bridge between you and I, not a fence, I'm
trying to think of a song to sing right now about
building
I got
a bridge over troubled water with her.
There it is.
Mm-hmm.
My oh my.
Yeah,
that's
what's
a
that?
Celine Dion song. Mountain Deep, Mountain High. Okay, so we're building a bridge. We don't want any drama. It looks like you don't have much drama in your life. From the photographs we were seeing in Italy, it looks like you were really happy. Who were you with?
That's all of a sudden you pretending that you don't know who I'm with.
Well, listen, when producer Ryan says we need to answer a few questions, this is why I do not host a show. I just get thrown down questions. So I'm going to pretend I'm Kevin Burkhardt right now, and you are down on the sidelines. We're going to practice you being in the game. For more on who Charissa Thompson was in Italy with, we'll send it down to her. Charissa?
Well, for all the hard hitting, am I still working at Extra? A couple alert. As you know,
Page 6.
Yeah, I was set up through mutual friends of ours with someone wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
And he is.
In fact, his name is Mr. Wonderful.
He is. He is such a time. And again, as you know, with the current landscape of my life, I was really dreading going back out there and dating again. But luckily, this gem of an individual landed up in my life through mutual friends that were like, you guys would be great together. And he's so much fun. And really, that's all I want in my life right now is fun. Fun. He's awesome. And he walks my dogs.
The Stoll Andrews family approves. In fact, he saved our ass on a few situations. So
I forgot about that. It's so funny.
We love him.
He walks the dogs, and I appreciate that. And he's the best. Speaking of dogs, so I mentioned this in episode 1 of our 2-part segment here, which is called Catch Up, because it's been a minute since
Steve tweeted about this, and I was so interested. I was like, oh boy, what happened? Yeah, he goes, I'm not really into emotional support animals. Don't at me. And I was going to and be like, wait, what happened? So now,
this guy who knew he was so active on Twitter.
I'm a follower. He's not a joy stealer.
Well, God, and you know who you are. The emotional support dogs. Okay, by the way, if you need an emotional support dog, I'm all for it. I am all for it.
We're not talking about like seeing eye dogs or like special needs. Yeah.
Nope. I am not. If you need a dog for a lot of different reasons, then I get that. Even if emotional is there too. But I think people like the fake pre-boards. We've talked about this before. You know, when they say
and
like,
you know who you are.
People taking, that need extra time boarding the plane. There are people that need extra time boarding the plane. They have children, whether you're a little bit older, whatever. You go ahead and get onto that plane first. Other people are the fake pre-boards. And I need some medical proof that you need to get on that plane sooner. Because right now, you're taking someone else's spot. Like, everyone just fall in line with like where you're supposed to be. Don't take advantage of the system.
Right.
I think some people are taking advantage of this emotional support dog situation. Because the individuals that I saw with the dogs, which reason why Steve apparently took to Twitter about
took
this.
It to the streets.
I mean, my God, he's running. What is this about? Is because have you ever been you and Jared been separated like on the plane in terms of like and asked if someone can switch so you can sit together?
We've been separated, but we don't ask if people can switch. No, I'm kidding. Okay. Yes, we have.
Okay. So if you're
need a minute. Try 3 hours.
Okay. So this was a 6.5 hour flight. So
understood.
Again, we've just spent 10 days together. We actually like each other. So normally I would be like, yo, who cares if we're sitting separate? But in this case, this guy's great. I want to sit with you for 6 hours. Yeah. So I'm going to ask this girl if she can switch, right? She goes, no, we were going to ask if you guys could switch because we have dogs. So I was like, well, so we don't get to switch. We don't have an opportunity to switch because we don't have the dogs. So I was like, and again, this is going to take longer to explain. The point is I think that this was a situation where maybe the emotional support dogs were not really emotionally supporting. And if they were, then I take it back. But this seemed like a situation where they just wanted to sit together and they were using the dogs. And I'm happy to be corrected.
Where are you flying to and from?
New York to Los Angeles.
Oh, okay. I thought these people were taking their dogs overseas. I'm like, you're dumb. No, that's a long flight for a dog. Sorry, but it is. Anywho.
But then the whole thing was that they got preference on the switch. And I looked at Steve and I was like, just let them have it let them sit together because the dogs, They fell asleep. The dogs fell asleep. They didn't have to sit together. Meanwhile, I'm waving over here and he's over here and like, yeah, exactly. I was upset, but whatever. I let them sit together because I thought they'd need to be like, petting the dogs the whole time. Nope. Both asleep, dogs asleep. Steve and I on opposite sides of the plane waving. And I needed some emotional support after that.
Yeah, all roads go back to Larry David. That's a full-blown episode. He would have tapped the person, tapped the dog, and said, you said you needed to be together, so if you're going to be together, you need to wake up.
This is what I'm saying.
Did you text him?
No, I texted him about the fake pre-board when that was happening, and he goes, never thought about that. Well, Larry, I got another part 2.
Because you fly private, Larry. Hey, Leah.
And would anyone mind splitting it? Let me know your weight. And the only reason I know that episode is because it was about your wedding.
I know.
God. Okay, well, I guess we got to wrap. Love you all. Thank you for listening to the Calm Down podcast. And we will have more stories because I'm about to see Erin in 5 days. So hold on to your hats, people.
Hey, Boot Barn, I sent you a DM. I need those shirts pronto. We're going to a rodeo. Let me know. Calm Down with Erin and Charissa is a production of iHeartRadio.
For more podcasts from iHeartRadio, visit the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.